Did you marinate your role in the tribe?
I did.
Okay.
I did marinate. I think I would be the fire in like a place like role with keeping the fire going.
Okay.
Because whenever I go camping, like I fucking love it. I love doing that. That's like my favorite bit.
Making the fire?
Making the fire and
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in all for like, would it be like a survival fire, a cooking fire, all fires?
Just I'm all across the fires.
Do you have like an arsenal of stick?
Well, I source the stick.
Okay.
I source the wood. I bring it back.
Yeah.
Keep it all under control.
You reckon you've got like a secret stash of like logs and stuff as well?
Oh, I got
for like the winter months?
Well, I got a secret stash. Yeah. Well, you don't have a secret stash of twine-like materials for your rabbit trapping. You don't. You gonna say you don't have one?
Don't worry about it, mate.
Yeah, exactly. It's none of your business, none of my business, mate.
We'll leave it at that.
Just leave it like that. Yeah, leave it.
Yeah, baby.
Marshall gets away. Marshall's still going. Marshall's got Richards coming up outside. Now inside.
All right, what's up, nerds? Welcome back to the Barflies podcast, episode 38 this week. Joined always by my good friend, comrade, Alexander Russell. It's Tuesday night. We're a day early this week. We're ready to rip, ready to tear. Some of the best content we've brought, I would say.
You've G'd it up.
Well,
Why would you say that? Why would you? I thought we discussed this before the pod. We were going to undersell them and then surprise them with how much work we've put into this and thought.
Well,
And you've ruined that.
We do our best work in disappointing people.
That's
Do
true.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like letting someone down is
Yeah.
kind of my forte.
Yeah. Not being of a high standard is. I'm pretty good at that.
Where do we start? How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. I had cricket prezzo. I had cricket prezzo on Saturday night. I've just been mostly studying or trying to study with exams coming up.
That's pretty lame.
Yeah, very lame. But cricket prezzo, let my hair down a bit. Had a couple of Beveraginos. Didn't win any awards. Pretty upsetting. I'm going to strictly blame the foot injury on that. Otherwise, I would have swept all categories.
What are the awards given out at a cricket press?
Best bowler, best batter. Just anything kind of cricket orientated.
Is there any okay, sure.
There's not really. We don't really have any like joke awards or any. There's you can win Clubman of the Year. I think do we have Clubman of the Year or the Spirit of Cricket Award?
Do you think receiving a most improved award as an adult is the most demasculating thing you could get?
Well, I was sledging my friend Dan saying that he was going to win most improved this year. So yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's I would actually rather a participation than a most improved, because a most improved is you've now improved to a level where you can participate. So
yeah,
before
you're right.
that, you were actually less than a participant.
It's
which is worse.
Yeah. It's you're actually at the same level as everyone else now.
Yeah, congrats.
It's a pity award.
Or congratulations, you're average.
Yeah. Thanks for being mediocre.
But to be fair, I should win plenty of those awards.
Yeah.
That's what I'm best at.
Being average.
Yeah,
Sure. Me too.
But yeah, other than that, pretty chill.
Harwood Bolo?
Harwood Bolo. Yeah. I don't want to. It was a great night. And I love the bowler. I don't want to say anything ill about it. However, they've kind of got these new owners. They got a new food option. They've got a Thai option that you can have
No
now.
JCs anymore.
JC's is there.
Okay.
JC, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to jump the gun there.
No, I did the same thing. I did the exact same thing.
Did you send me blow up?
I was ready. I was like, oh, JC's not here. And I was like, no, still here.
Imagine how many times I've probably done that over the last few
I had to
weeks.
do it about a dozen times on Saturday night.
For your team.
For our team.
Yeah.
Because, this isn't paid content, but JC's Pizza. Personally, my favourite pizza on the Northern Beaches.
Peri Peri chicken?
JC and Johnny's special half and half. Thanks for coming. I know my stuff. Anyway, that's by the by, vis-a-vis. The Thai food, not often have you been to a bolo and went, now the Thai food here sounds so authentic, tastes delicious. While it was yummy, it had, once consumed, it had qualities similar to what I imagine eating wet cement is like.
Okay.
To put it best.
Bluntly.
But at the same time, free feed, can't complain. Stay away from the fish cakes. That's all I'll say.
Sure.
You know.
Was that like a Sunday issue or a?
Well, I steer clear. You know,
You steered clear.
Bolo fish cakes, usually recipe for, Sunday morning dramas. You know? No one's ever went, oh, geez, those fish cakes from the Bolo really did. They really did not give me food poisoning last night.
You wouldn't hear people talking about them as the week goes on.
Yeah,
you know what I
exactly.
mean? Like, you're not telling people about the Bolo fish cakes on Wednesday Arvo.
No, I think you just
Went to the cricket prezzo and pounded a dozen fish cakes into the earth.
It's just eyes up. You just fish cake. I'll pass. Yeah, I'm actually allergic.
Through to the keeper.
Yeah.
If you
However, great night of wonder and whimsy. Plenty of award winners. Congratulations to them if they're listening. But yeah, great night.
A question for you.
Yeah, go.
How old is too old to say the word yummy?
It's contextual. It's contextually
Sure.
based.
Well, I just noticed it. You dropped it in there. It threw
Did
me
I?
A little bit.
What in what context? This is important. Context.
Well, you were just talking about Thai food. I think you said it then.
Yeah, I dropped a yummy in there. I mean, it's contextual.
Sure.
Contextual. It's. Oh, come on, mate. Turn your phone off.
It's just my mummy Snapchatting.
Oh, that's so grim. That's grim. That's
What?
worse than yummy.
What? Saying mummy? Contextual.
No, not at all. Anyway, to move on. Yeah, great night. What happened with you? Did you do much? Have you done much last week?
Oh,
We both got haircuts, actually.
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Well, a haircut of sorts. Mine, I got slandered. Mine wasn't actually a cut.
Well, it's not. It's a bit like a flower pot. I know everyone flower pot is the best way to describe Cody's hair. It's a mess, personally.
It's not for you.
Respectfully to you.
It's
a mess.
not for you.
Nah.
You're pretty strictly a short hair operator.
Yeah, short hair operator, short back and sides. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Wasn't too happy with my last haircut actually. I thought the lady who did it butchered it slightly, but I mean we'll just see.
Well, I've been cutting my own hair pretty much since I moved out because I don't know if I've mentioned, poor.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to be spending $30-$40 on something that I can kind of wing myself, and for the most part, people won't notice.
Right. You should get Ryan. Ryan can actually cut. He's cut my hair before.
Has he?
Yeah, he's not bad.
I don't know how I trust him.
He's not bad. He'll take photos of you halfway through the haircut though, and like use them to like on you later.
Okay.
Like he's done that to me.
Yeah,
I wasn't happy about that, but like, the haircut was alright.
Yeah, cool.
You know.
I can't remember what I did Friday. Saturday, we'd all G'd up to go to, like, it was labelled a rave. Cosmo's Midnight were playing at a pub in Paddington to save the home of the Indian kebab, the Indian home diner.
Really?
Yes.
So right there.
So it was right, the Indian home diner was here, pub was here, supposedly 50 door tickets. Not eyes up from me. I got the invite midweek, didn't buy tickets.
Silly.
Looked on Friday morning, sold out. So we were like, that's fine. I was under the impression there was only like 6 or 7 of us going.
So it was an opportunity for stars align and you missed out.
I missed out.
Yep.
I thought there was only 6 or 7 of us going. Rocked up to Prees and there's like, it's like a house party. It's 30 people there all going to said event.
Oh, let's go.
We're taking up 25 of these 50 door tickets.
Thanks for coming.
Lo and behold, we rock up. No door tickets. I will say though, the Indian kebab is unreal. I've had it. It's confirmed. It's been in my mouth.
Yeah. Succulent.
Succulent.
Delicious.
Yummy.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it was
Talk to me.
It was so good, dude. Like, I don't know if it was like the flavor of the chicken or also like the burrito was almost like
Burrito
is it
or
a
kebab?
I don't. Well, it's what's the bread called?
Tortilla
Yeah,
or a wrap.
a wrap. Sure.
Right.
The wrap was almost like undercooked, so it was really like soft and stretchy.
I'm getting hungry talking about
Dude, it was so
Did you
good.
have a ratatouille moment when you ate it?
Yeah, dude.
Was the flavour in your head and like a little bit of jazz playing and maybe some authentic Indian instruments playing at the same time while sensations and colours are swirling around your head?
That song you put in the Barflies playlist a couple of weeks ago was playing.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
And, you know, all white noise of this is a butter chicken sandwich, not an Indian kebab, soon evaporated.
Oh, dribble.
That's dribble.
Hearsay and dribble evaporated into
Dribble.
thin air.
The dribble evaporated. And look, you've got to give the Indian kebab the respect it
The
deserves
place on the mantle.
by calling it the Indian kebab. It's labelled an Indian kebab. I'm going to call it that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I wouldn't call you, Brent. Your name's Cody. I'll call you Cody.
thank you.
Similar to the Indian kebab.
Well, like the bare minimum. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
it's Brent.
Yeah, it's nice.
Thanks, man.
So that was the highlight of my night. Oh, then I was telling you about this as well. We didn't get let into this place. So Dalo and his brother and a few other people are at again, another thing that was, the word going around was like it was a rave.
Right.
Or like a techno event at Peter Shimbolo.
Here we go.
So we get an Uber to Peter Shimbolo and we walk in and there's like families, there's like kids around. It's kind of dimly lit.
Right.
And it's like one big square room. There's the bar there, the bar's on the right, stages on the left, and then there's kind of just like 4 or 5 tables lined up. And there's a girl like doing like interpretive drumming up on the stage.
Wow.
We've all walked in going like $10 entry, by the way.
And you're all probably like bulk beers deep.
Well, not really, because we'd kind of been fucked around.
Covered in Indian kebab sauce.
Yeah, covered in Indian kebab sauce. And we were just like, what's going on here?
It's the kind of scenario you walk in and you instantly go, I shouldn't be here. This is not for me.
No, it was a fever dream. I literally
Yeah.
couldn't tell, you know what I mean?
You were doing it.
We were all sitting there talking and some guy came up to us and was like, guys, there's a concert going on. Shut up. And we just had to sit in silence while this chick did her interpretive drumming on the stage. Again, no slander on this woman. No slander at all.
Right.
It was honestly kind of an interesting thing to watch.
Yeah.
It just
Just wasn't the vibe for the afternoon.
no, and it caught me by surprise. It caught us all by surprise.
It would catch most people by surprise if you said, "Oh, we're going to a rave," and then you walk in and there's interpretive drumming and families sitting around, and then also someone asking you to shh. The last thing you'd ever hear someone say at a rave is shh.
That's true.
It's a bit too loud.
That's
here.
bang on.
Yeah.
And then we rolled into another pub. They started closing. The ball just really didn't bounce our way.
Happen. You know what? You can't have it too good all the time. You're bound to have a bad one.
Yeah, and it
You
still
know?
wasn't bad. It was good to see everyone. We're kind of up and about. There was a bit of a crew. So it
Just, sometimes it's just not your night.
Mm.
It's just not your night.
wasn't our night. I was asleep by 11:30.
Sailors.
But a few people came round and potentially instigated another blow up,
Another situation. Another international crisis.
with a neighbour, which has since been cleared up. Yeah, not much to say about that. We've covered it. We've covered it all. I will acknowledge this though. We were talking about enemies a few weeks ago.
Nemesis.
Nemesises.
Yeah.
Nemesis.
Nemesis. Yeah.
Is-
And you kind of nemesis, blah, blah, blah.
I don't have one. Yeah, I do, dude.
He lives right. He's right under your nose.
He's the king of Erskineville.
He lives right under your nose.
He's sneaky like that.
Yeah.
He's sneaky
Just
like that.
like you thought you had slain him into being passive, but yet he came out of the shadows and struck while you weren't looking.
Yeah.
You're asleep. You're asleep.
Literally,
Struck
I
while you were asleep.
was asleep.
That's when you were least expecting it. He came out and he put the pressure on.
He did. But, like big players do, they handle the pressure. And so we did.
Yeah, well done.
So we still have a house, which is great.
And again, I had secondhand blow up from me on the phone to you today.
Re-incident.
Incident.
It was just the incident. Only the incident was just having people over.
It just rattles me because it just seems so stupid. And it just annoys me.
Mind you, we had 6 people over.
He just needs to get a grip. He just needs to get a grip.
But, it's by the by.
By the by, vis-a-vis.
Vis-a-vis. That word has a new meaning every week.
Yeah. Gotta move on because we can't. We could literally do a whole special on it.
On my said nemesis?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Maybe we should. Michael special. He'd love that.
farewell episode.
Farewell episode.
Farewell episode. When you get kicked out of the house, farewell episode.
Yeah. We can do that. We'll get him on guest speaker.
Guest speaker, and he just unloads on you for 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Or it's just a debate, and I adjudicate, and I just see who should move out.
Yeah.
Whether he moves out of the house or you guys move out of this house.
We do. Should we get into it?
You know what? We'll get
because
into
we don't know how long this is going to take.
This is going to take. Oh, mate. Okay, we'll get into the bracket. All right, let me tell you guys something right now. This bracket and the selections made were not done lightheartedly.
Oh,
That
no.
was the Barflies podcast almost ceased to exist as we know it. Me and Cody coming to look. We came up with like 20, but to narrow it down to 16. Like we fought hard for our champions to be in this round, in this 16.
Well, we're both very strong about different competitors who we wanted in there.
Yeah.
We've come to a conclusion. Imagine like Freddie Fittler and the New South Wales selectors sitting around at the table. That's what me and Zan were like getting this bracket sorted.
But except I feel like we actually came to an agreement, whereas I reckon Freddie just went, this is who I'm picking.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into later because we could also do a lot on that.
You know what? We actually might do a whole episode on that.
Next week, by the way. But let's not open that can of worms. Let's stick to this. We fought hard for our champions. They're here. The bracket's here. The 16. We're going to go through them for you. Cody, would you please like to explain the interactive concept we've come up with Instagram?
Nice. I like this.
Thank you.
So me and Zan have come up with 16 competitors. 16 heroes that have featured throughout the 38 episodes of the Barflies podcast.
Correct.
They've been randomly drawn into a seed. Consider it a round of 16 of sorts, where they'll play off against each other, decided by our followers on Instagram who goes through the next round in a battle to the death. Today, we'll go through the first round. So there's 8 playoffs between the 16 heroes,
Yes.
as you would have seen on Instagram before this episode goes out. So we're going to talk through them. And then we'll put the polls up on Instagram and you guys can decide who goes through.
Listen to the episode. We put the polls up. We might even include a timestamp where we start the deliberation. If you just want to skip to the good, you want to get right here. You don't care about what happened in our weekend. Everyone has a weekend. Good on you. I just want to hear about this.
Exactly right.
That's fine.
Xan has just added 30 minutes to my editing, but that's fine. We'll do it for the people. All right.
Mate, head of tech, it's your job, mate. Don't complain.
Yeah. So do you want to talk us through the first matchup?
Okay, first matchup here. We got TikTok fame versus unfinished segments brackets. We'll come back to this.
Oh, matchup for the ages.
This is a great matchup. They're all matchup for the ages, but this one particularly. TikTok fame. We wrote a bit of TikTok fame earlier as we've addressed.
Have we talked about that?
Nah. Bit of TikTok fame we ran into.
Hit a light 230k views.
Maybe more now.
Maybe I haven't checked in a while. I actually haven't checked in a while.
I don't have TikTok anymore.
Who knows?
The fame got to me. I had to delete it.
Yeah,
I was becoming too popular.
Well, it happens.
But and with that fame came some
Head noise.
some head noise and some very positive feedback. Positive feedback, I should say.
Yeah.
Some hate comments.
Did they get to us? Got to Xander a little bit.
Maybe.
Like if we said they didn't.
I wouldn't lie at one point if I was like, I was a bit taken aback.
Well, we had a phone call one day about it.
And I was like, what the fuck?
I had to talk you out of it. Then
Yeah.
It was like, fine.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, literally.
I just got super head noisy for 10 minutes.
Yeah. 30k people liked it. And then one person was like, this sucks. And we were both like, oh, dog.
What the fuck, dude? That's chitter.
Where we literally say it sucks every week.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. So TikTok fame, strong contender.
Strong contender.
Yeah, bit of a smoky on that one. Unfinished segments. Look, if you listen week to week and you know who most of these people are, you're well established with unfinished segments. Ideas that me and Cody will either come up with before the podcast or during the podcast and say that we'll keep doing them, only to never do them again.
Or never even talk
about
or
that.
even think
Yeah.
about them again.
They disappear in thin air. If anyone remembers any of these unfinished segments, we'd love to hear them.
Reach out. So I don't know. The way you vote on this is it's up to interpretation.
Yeah.
What do you think goes through?
What do you think is
The more profound figure, the stronger competitor,
out of the two?
the funnier one. I don't
Idea.
know.
What's been more prominent in your listening? You decide. 2 good contenders there. We're not going to try because there's 8 this week. 8 matchups. We've got to kind of
Move.
We've got to hustle through these ones
Yeah,
because
okay.
otherwise could take a while. Okay.
Oh, well, we can just push it all the way and go straight through the back page if we want to.
Oh, we could. I mean, we both didn't really have any notes. Well, actually, apart from Nat Jerry Barflies.
Well, we can
Get to them.
Dude, we got 40 minutes, right?
Yeah, we got. Wait. Hey, I'm cool, calm, and collected, baby.
You sound rattled. Matchup 2. Brisbane versus Hinge Girls. Two of mine and Xander's greatest enemies.
Well put. Well put. Brisbane, Cody did venture there only recently. I have a disliking for the place.
Well,
it's come up many a time. I just think it's, overrated. Swamp city.
Confirmed scat.
Confirmed scatter city on the planet. If anyone thinks otherwise, then probably should vote for Brisbane. But if you...
I'll be surprised if Brisbane doesn't get oosted first round.
Well, I think Brisbane's getting pounded in the core of the earth.
I hope they do.
Yeah.
Fuck Brisbane, dude.
I just think the general consensus for the dislike of the city of Brisbane is just gonna...
It's unanimous.
It's unanimous.
Up against Hinge Girls. Where do we start here?
Where do we start? We've had various run-ins with, different aspects of Hinge. Let's just say
the voice memos on Hinge.
Voice memos. At dates at times.
Dates at times. The girls at the rave. Hinge Girl 1 and Hinge Girl 2.
That's true. So there's just been instances where, they've been talked about. Certain scenarios, they come up. We feel like it's worth a mention.
They've plagued the timeline of the Barflies.
They have. They've had their time in the sun.
Would we say we're both not for any particular reason, but not as active on Hinge anymore?
We're not. I haven't been on Hinge since last year. I deleted it a little bit after.
Do you feel better?
Oh, mate, way better.
Yeah.
Had to get rid of it.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It just sucked.
So Brisbane versus Hinge Girls. It's up to you guys.
Good matchup this one.
This is actually a really good one because I dislike both.
Yeah. So, unlike two segments where
Okay, no, that sounds bad. I don't dislike Hinge Girls. I just dislike Hinge.
Yeah, but that's what I'm about to say is it's two things that I think it's a battle of what do you like slightly better.
Which is why it's kind of a good matchup.
Yeah.
Next up. This is a matchup. Do you want to do the honours?
To be fair, it is a good matchup, but I think I know who's going to win.
Go on.
We've got Cheeky the Pigeon versus Jared and Ryan, brackets, pub roaches. Cheeky the Pigeon, I feel like is a pigeon that needs no introduction.
Well, he's a pigeon of note.
Yeah, probably one of the most notorious pigeons to grace the earth.
Would you say the most famous pigeon in Narrowena?
Definitely the most famous pigeon. He might be the most famous thing with a heartbeat in Narrowena, if we're being perfectly honest.
Okay.
Every town has their celebrity. We've got Cheeky the Pigeon.
Has any other pigeon been talked about more in the last month than Cheeky?
Unless it was like Mike Tyson's pigeon, I think Cheeky ranks amongst the best known.
I would say so.
Yeah.
That's a fair. So look, anyone up against Cheeky,
that kind of caliber.
This is like getting France in the round of 16.
Yeah, this is you're in trouble. Dude.
It's like, dude, you've got to mark Kante in the first round. Come on, dude.
Let's go.
And look, talk about arch nemesises.
Jared and Ryan, constant discuss figures on the podcast. Friends of the show.
Friends of the show. Very, very lippy DM dribblers, both of them.
Yeah.
Or especially Ryan.
Yeah.
But
and have sworn to bring our podcast into disrepute with a rival podcast.
Yeah.
So we chucked them on there.
Remain to be seen.
Good luck against Cheeky.
Good luck, gents.
That's all I'll say. Next up.
Oh, this is a good one too.
So I don't know if you guys. Well, one we just talked about, the Indian kebab, and it has kind of had a place on the podcast. We've talked about the Indian kebab a couple times.
Yep.
Just earlier on, we had a great discussion about it. The other opponent here, you might remember this man, Metal Man.
Well, I hope they do.
I hope you do, because I'll never forget him.
Well, he holds a place in my heart. He always will.
Well, one Sunday, quiet beers at the Stain. Cody and I are there, just to re-jog your memory of who he is. There's a bloke there with an Olympic medal round his neck.
And he walks around the pub with his shoulders back and his chin up. And he's wool pulling not only myself and Xander.
Well, I knew it was a wool pull. I want to say I knew it was a wolf.
Yeah, sure you did.
I did.
But he hoodwinked every pretty lady in the pub that night,
And they were
lapping it up.
laughing it up.
And me and Xander looking on, perhaps in envy, in awe, in admiration.
In a look of admiration. And the more impressive thing was he had a pretty well photoshopped photo of him because he said the medal was for rowing, and he had a pretty sharply edited photo of him in the boat.
Well, don't cap an Olympian at his athletic ability.
Like, when till you get the dude on Photoshop? He's a real gold medalist there.
Mate, he knows his way around the creative cloud, so.
And, it wasn't unrealistic.
Not to mention his 6-foot COVID vaccination certificate.
Yes, true. And I also enjoyed the demeanor of athlete that he created. Like the character of the athlete was quite let's just say well put together, kind of smooth, blah blah blah. And then when he changed from athlete
Very
to medal
suave almost.
Suave from suave athlete to medal man, it was just it was he's like, yeah mate, bloody da da da.
It's the only transition I've seen from well put together to degenerate is Xander going from day guy to night guy.
That's a great way to put it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And we're about to get into that thing.
So that's matchup number 4.
That is matchup number 4.
Matchup number 5, and we'll go to the top here.
We'll go top.
Interesting one.
This is an interesting matchup. This is a very interesting matchup. We've got the adult hot chocolate, or hot chocolate for an adult, versus the Rainbow Serpent.
The Rainbow Serpent of
Pitch fame.
Pitch fame.
Yeah.
A hero amongst our crew.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
people's champion.
He's perhaps become a hero amongst the frequent flyers, I should say. He got mentioned a few times in our DMs. How could we not include him? Almost frustrated with myself that he didn't get a mention first time round. I don't know who goes up here.
Well, he slid straight into the round of 16 when his name come up.
Yeah, he had to get in there.
We both went. He's in.
He's got to go in.
Up against the adult hot chocolate, do you champion the adult hot chocolate or do you champion a people's champion? Contentious. Don't get marshmallows with your hot chocolate, or one of the biggest weapons you've ever seen in your life. They're almost at the opposite end of the bloke spectrum.
Totally.
You've got a bloke who drinks hot chocolates and doesn't have marshmallows out of fear for not being recognised as a man and an adult, and a bloke who's like a 6'5" rave fanatic who's just a weapon.
Well, he's a ripper and tearer.
And one of the greatest ripper and tears you've seen.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's not many hot chocolate drinkers that I can guarantee are the top 10 ripper and tearers that you've ever seen in your life.
Well, I'll tell you this. The Rainbow Serpent isn't getting a hot chocolate.
Oh, he's definitely not getting a hot chocolate.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So look, I'm very intrigued to see how this one goes.
This is like the yin and yang battle of this bracket, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way I can kind of put that.
Yeah, it's kind of like I'm trying to think of a metaphor for it.
One goes to bed at 6 p.m, the other goes to bed at 6 a.m.
Yeah. Literally.
They're different people.
And look, the adult hot chocolate, interpret it how you want. Is it the person who drinks one? Is it the concoction itself? Is it the idea of it all?
Or do you own it?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do. So, we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
To be confirmed.
To be confirmed. Okay. I personally quite like this one.
Matchup number 6.
I quite like this one.
Beer reviews vis-a-vis episode 1 through 20
something.
20?
They kind of dropped off.
25 even?
Yeah.
Up against the great Black Man.
The mighty Black Man. Not heard of for a while.
The Black Man of MIA fame.
Yeah.
Much like the Batman has gone
nice. Very nice.
Off the map.
All the beer reviews themselves have gone off the map too. They disappeared at similar times. Black Man a bit earlier. However, he's he got numerous mentions early days.
Well, much like a poorly poured schooner of 2 years old, they've both gone flat.
They have gone flat. However, they've got a place in the foundation episodes of this podcast.
Oh well, they're the cornerstones of what we are today.
You got to know your roots.
You got to stay true to your roots.
That's right.
We've always said that. I'm not really sure who I want to go through here. I got a soft spot for both. The inclusion of the black man, perhaps a cry to return
Yeah.
from the Barflies.
Yeah.
We'd love to see the black man back in action.
Just something. Just a heartbeat.
You know, even just like a like of one of the DMs we send like 2 to 3 every day.
Where
get
are
nothing
you?
Back.
We miss you.
Please come back. We
Yeah.
want another black review.
Yeah.
Got nothing
No.
through to the keeper. So look, do with that what you will. The
Yeah.
black man versus beer reviews.
Beer review. Yeah. Beer reviews. I feel like if you've listened to enough episodes, you know about them.
The beer
Could be hit or miss. Sometimes they were excellent. Rarely they were excellent, but they were mostly,
beer reviews of this is pretty good.
fame. There was actually a couple, and I listened to one back a couple weeks ago. And I went, that
That was good.
was an excellent beer review.
Well, I applied for a job the other day that involved something similar to this. And like having like a comprehensive beer review every week where we actually knew what we were talking about
Would have been helpful.
would have been extremely helpful to my case. And it was almost like comical in like how bad it was.
Yeah.
Well, not how bad, or just like how like
But also, that was the joke behind it, was that every beer, of course, is going to be good. So we're never going to say one tastes bad.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
though a couple of them did come.
we just got off
there.
there and we're like, fuck, that sucked.
Yeah. But that's those two. That's that matchup there.
Matchup 6.
We've got, okay. Here we go. I'm not personally happy with this one, but it has
Proud
to
of
go
this.
on.
It had to be in there.
Okay, so this matchup, Xander at Vic on the Park. You'll be aware, I had a bit of a spade with Vic in the Park. It was one of my favourite spots in Sydney for a little while, until a notorious incident involving a basketball hoop and an ankle took place.
Well, this came off the back of a few prior incidents, I would say. I would say this was kind of a building up of...
It was brewing.
It was brewing.
It was brewing.
A few, how do I say this? Airballs.
Few swishes.
A few public airballs, you might say.
One specific one captured on video. It was brewing. There was tension between me and Vic in the Park, and I haven't been back since, but it ultimately got its revenge.
It got its ultimate revenge, and ultimately
It giveth and it taketh.
it giveth and it taketh Xander's walking ability, and
For 6 to 10 weeks.
vis-a-vis his opportunity to win Bowler of the Year
It actually
for Harwood
it did.
Cricket Club. Would that be correct?
And win a grand final. I've got some serious beef with Vic on the Park.
Well, Origin's on next week, and I've got a feeling we might end up there. So
I won't be there. I'm not going.
catch me not there. Up against probably the most recent hero of the podcast,
Yeah.
the Lord of the Glenmore.
Hero. If we're talking about heroes, he's a hero.
The King of Anzac Day.
Yeah.
Publicly rinsed every
Person in sight, really.
whoever was in his light of sight.
One, and just, when you look at someone and you go, I want to be you, that was kind of one of those moments. So I was going, wow, right now, I would like to be you.
But it was in a way that it was like almost so unachievable and it would never happen.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. I don't know, almost unrivaled charisma and energy on the mic.
I would put that same want as like Nathan Cleary lifting the grand final trophy.
Yeah.
Like I would equally want to be Nathan Cleary as I'd want to be this guy on Anzac Day.
Yeah.
Like they hold the same weight to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree 100%.
And they could probably get the same amount of girls.
Probably.
So
Mate, he was untouchable that day. He was untouchable. Couldn't say a bad thing. Couldn't lift a finger with something he'd done wrong. And he was against adversity as well. The 2-up setup there was not correct. The coins were not right. They lost a couple coins. Did the Lord of the Glenmore stutter in the face of adversity? No. He overcame it and he achieved greatness on that day.
yeah, he did.
And jeez, surely he beats me. Like I'm not trying to upsell because I don't want to go deep into the competition, but I think he beats me.
Well, excuse me.
That was a pretty big J up for
I'm
Lord of the
coughing
Glen.
just trying to even say it.
Yeah.
I'll be very surprised if you get up over the Lord of the Glenmore, and I'll be voting on my personal account.
I'll be
the Lord of
voting.
the Glenmore.
I'll be voting for him. I'm not voting for me.
Yeah, if you're wondering, me and Xander will both be participating in the voting.
Yeah, of course. I didn't fight this hard to get some people in here to not then vote for them.
Yeah.
Almost tear this apart just to get them in.
Which leads us kind of perfectly onto the final matchup.
Yes, it does.
As you can see, we came to blows with this one. We don't need to get into the intricacies of it, but the matchup is Camponomics
/
/ the Stingray Kid
versus
Night Guy.
Night Guy was he'd been suggested by quite a few
Multiple
people.
times. Yeah.
And it was, does Night Guy Cody or Night Guy Xander get suggested? And we just thought, everyone's got a Night Guy. Night Guy's just in there on merit. You know.
I feel like Night Guy Cody and Night Guy Xander cause like a pretty equal amount of damage.
Yes, they have.
Would you say? Like we both go through phases, but they kind of have both riddled.
They can rear their heads if they need to.
They've riddled the podcast the entire time.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they've got their mitts.
So much so that we now record on a Wednesday.
That's true.
So Night Guy practically owns the podcast.
Yeah, he dictates terms. He dictates midweek terms.
Yeah, he does. Well, he dictates the entire week.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I mean?
You know.
He's that rogue.
He's got to be in here somewhere.
But he's up against one of, arguably our greatest concepts and our funniest encounters. Which
That
is
is correct.
they're almost, it's like they're like included together as one.
Well, they happen on the same weekend away.
Exactly right. Camponomics, the foundation of many other economical
Terms, slogans, and phrases.
that have unfolded.
Correct.
And
Stingray Kid.
Stingray Kid, 8-year-old Schmiegel with thick glasses calling me a chicken for not wanting to touch
A stingray. Stingray.
Dude, it was like a meter wide.
It was a fucking dinosaur in there.
That thing was a dinosaur.
I wasn't touching it.
And yeah, everyone was standing behind me going, yeah, you're a chicken. Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah, it was pretty funny though. And he eyeballed you as well. When he full eyeballed you on his bike later on.
Yeah, he did.
Like one of the great stare downs.
I've tried to block it out.
But it was on the Camponomics weekend.
So that's
where that happened.
another.
So that kind of storyline for that episode is what we're going to put in this because we thought it was one of our favourite episodes.
Yeah, it definitely was. And definitely probably one of the most memorable episodes / weekends, probably because
we were there together. Yeah.
It was out of the ordinary.
That's true.
Sense. So I feel like everyone here is matched up pretty evenly.
It's pretty good matchup.
It's pretty evenly.
It's pretty good.
Well, I could see Camponomics and Night Guy both going deep, but
there's big clubs get knocked out early. Big teams always get knocked out early, man.
well, there's a pool of death.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
You know what I mean?
Couldn't
We're
say
in
it
the
better.
we're in the final 16 here.
This is the serious stuff.
We're getting to the narrow end. Stay tuned on the Instagram over the next couple days. I think Thursday night will be the night we let the people at it.
Yeah.
We let the people get their mitts
Give
on.
you a bit of time to have a look.
Yeah, exactly right.
Have a sticky beak. Have a listen.
And I hope you enjoy it because that was pretty fun.
And there's a bit of a trip down memory lane as well.
Yeah.
It was
A little bit of chip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Almost like an episode 50 spec, like to look back.
Yeah.
But the idea came upon us.
Came upon us.
Came upon us, but I want to put an F in there.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Uponeth?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Earlier than that. Just happens.
Yeah.
Geez, episode 52, not far away now. That'll be a year. That's 14 episodes away.
Yeah. I think we started in August, so it's getting there. I reckon we've improved a lot.
I'd hope so.
Out of sight, I would say.
I'd hope so.
So would I.
Yeah. Jeez.
I'll say this, though.
Go on. Say it.
The adult hot chocolate riddled me today. And it leads me into my beef.
Okay.
So
Get into it. Let's do love and hate. Let's get to regular scheduled programming. Love and hate.
I'll start here.
Go for it.
My beef this week, violent PDA. And that for you are, unfamiliar with acronyms out there. Public displays of affection. Getting a bit too comfortable with your partner in the public eye.
In the public sphere.
Again, I'm not a hater of PDA, but,
and contextually, it's okay.
Well,
So
much like-
in situations.
much like boating, do it respectfully.
Yeah. Correct.
So
But respectfully, PDA respectfully.
that brings me to 10 a.m. this morning. I'm at work. The coffee shop gets quiet around that time because everyone sort of goes to work around 10. It's sort of before morning tea, but after.
Mid-morning lull.
Mid-morning lull.
Yeah.
Brewster's Paradise, they call it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Golden hour.
So I'm at the till. I'm the only staff member in the bar at this time because it's quiet. No one else needs to be there. And a couple come up. I want to say, late 20s. And they're having sort of a discussion about a metre away from the counter. They're talking to each other. He's like, yep, I'll just get a hot chocolate. Already, I'm like, here we go. So she comes up and she's like, what do you want, babe? And he's like, hot chocolate. She's like, all right. She orders for him a hot chocolate. I heard the whole conversation. I'm standing a metre away. It's quiet.
Cuck.
I can hear them talking.
Yeah.
She's like, yep, I'll get a hot chocolate.
Was he holding the back of her shirt while she was ordering
kind
it for
of.
him?
He was kind of like their shoulders were touching, but he was behind.
Yeah, right.
Kind of like
Yeah.
a kid going to preschool,
Yeah.
like hiding behind his mum.
Mhm.
And she then went on to order an omelette or something, and I was like, "Is that all? You're having takeaway? Blah blah blah." It's $15 or whatever. As I'm like typing the amount on the FPOS machine.
Mhm.
So I'm almost in an inescapable interaction here with these people.
You're locked in.
I'm bound by the FPOS machine here.
Yeah.
He sort of like puts his head into her neck and starts like kissing, but also like almost like audibly munching her neck. Do you know what I mean? Like that.
Oh,
And
that's grim, eh?
dude, it was
That's grim.
oh, dude, I was like, I couldn't look. I just had to put my head down and like I was honestly trying not to gag. I just wanted to go, ugh,
That's cooked.
like in front of me like that. They've put me through that for no.
Go and sit down and do that at least. Out of sight, out of
Oh,
mind.
come on, dude. I feel like even the girlfriend was kind of embarrassed. I was like, dude, are you kidding me? And then I had to go and make this child of a man his hot chocolate.
Oh, that's freak behaviour. That's freak behaviour.
And I was like, holy fuck, dude, I hate this.
There was one at my work. There was these and they were like probably in their 50s. This couple, they came in, get brekkie, got coffee, whatever, serving their food. You know, they're just chatting, and like they get like halfway through their dishes, and I'm just kind of walking around, and she's like full sitting on him, like straddling him, hooking up in the cafe,
Like frontwards?
like frontwards, like full hooking up, and these guys like 50 something.
What
Like
time?
and this is at like 11 o'clock, like getting into it, and it's almost like fuck, guys, like there's like kids in here and stuff, hey, like
You go like pick up their plates, you go, I'll come back.
is this finished? I'll leave it. It's all right. Are you guys done with this coffee? Yeah, you still got okay. Like, can you like get a grip? Like,
Dude, you know where it gets rogue? Like fine dining restaurants.
yeah,
I said sometimes like you'll be there like an hour too late and
people just get into
it's
it.
the same. It's like late 40s, like 40-year-olds like on their first date. Just I don't know if they're like touch starved or just like, mate, they're fucking
They're just
not a care in the world. Like tongue out,
just going for it.
saliva season.
So Ubers get a fair run in the PDA, I reckon. Uber hookups get a fair run.
Is that? Yeah, is that PDA?
I don't know if that's PDA, but I feel like a lot of Uber drivers would have some story. Do have stories about that.
Again, you would have to do it respectfully to the Uber and his car, but like I feel like that almost comes with the territory.
Of being an Uber driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Again, if someone was straddling someone in the back, no seatbelt on, I'd be like, can you at least do the bare minimum and drive safely?
Can you please sit down, put your seatbelt on? Can you stop having sex in my vehicle?
Yeah.
Thank you.
yeah. But like, I don't know. I feel like part of it comes with the territory.
Yeah.
You know?
But
That's
yeah,
hilarious though. 11
I'll
a.m. at a beach cafe, dude. Come on.
like get a grip. And it was just oh mate, it was I know your pain. It was grim. Like it was a bit like a car crash though. Like I couldn't help but occasionally just get I was like, are they still going? Oh my god.
How long is it going for?
Like hey, this went on for like 20 minutes.
20 minutes of straddle?
Of straddle and just like
Breaks or
intimate-
straight straddle?
whenever I was seeing them, it looked like there was some fairly intimate stuff going on. But you know, I mean, you're not allowed to do it, but I mean, have some common decency at 11 a.m. in a cafe.
It's really good stuff.
Yeah.
It's really good
mean-
stuff. You always got to kind of just nod. Just like good,
Just-
good, yeah, good for you.
You know
guys.
what? You look like you're having the most fun here, guys. Do whatever you want.
Look, you've ruined my day, but it's besides the
But
point.
you guys are having a great time, so don't worry. You know.
Plate's done, mate. Is that pasta done?
Yeah. At least fucking tip me if I'm going to have to sit through that. You know?
Do you reckon, like, if they had the gall to come up and ask for a takeaway coffee, you'd serve them?
I'd be like, I'll give it to you for free if you fuck off right now.
Go and wait outside. I'll call your name.
If you guys can resist the urge to sit on top of each other and get into it
Yeah.
for like 5 minutes, I can make you a takeaway coffee. But
Yeah.
please leave.
You can have this almond latte. Please don't mount the counter.
Yeah. Like, just take it easy.
What's your beef this week?
Bit different to that. People ruining the climate change cause. You know, we're big fans of climate. Well, not big fans of climate change, but we believe in the climate movement. You know, wouldn't mind a bit more kind of action being taken.
Yeah.
But you know, and this follows into our Nat Geo Barflies facts. But you know, some idiot decides to take it out on the Mona Lisa yesterday. What does the Mona Lisa have to do with climate change? Like, you're destroying a priceless bit of culture for what?
I did see a Batuta article about this. What actually happened?
Some activist just went up and some climate activists went up and smudged cake on the Mona Lisa.
Isn't it in like a glass box?
But I'm I'd hope so.
Like, isn't it covered by?
But the attempt,
you wouldn't be able to touch it.
But still, like, the attempt itself is just seems bewildering to me. Like, at what point does like the Mona Lisa come into the climate change argument? You know, like, ruin that. Why would you do it?
Yeah,
Like, it just seems like so irrelevant.
Mm.
And then also, the multiple times they've also stopped the B1 when I'm on the way to the city for like 50 minutes on the Spit Bridge. Not a fan of that either, just quietly.
What, the climate activists?
Yeah, when they just sit on the Spit Bridge and they like hold up traffic for everyone, it's like, mate, you're actually doing nothing for the cause right now.
What would you suggest?
Well, not that. Well, I mean, because everyone's just annoyed. No one's going to listen to you. Everyone's just like, can you let me get to work, please, during peak hour?
Okay.
You know.
Well, is it about them attempting to get the attention of the public, or
Yeah, but like you're not getting the attention in the right way, are you?
like let a man get home from work?
Like you're not letting the
could
common
almost-
man just like go do their job.
You could almost invite someone to join the other side of the cause by not letting him get home from work.
That's what I'm saying. I think
Okay.
like that kind of activity forces people who might sit on the fence about it or sit on the fence to be vocal about it
Mm.
to go the other way. They're like, oh, some nut job's going to fucking throw cake on the fucking Mona Lisa. I'm not going to, speak up about whether I believe it or
Yeah.
not in case someone thinks I'm also.
Mm.
Which is stupid to have that thought to begin with, but it happens.
United Nations probably saw that person smudge cake and went, "Oh, fuck, there's the answer."
Yeah, done.
Oh, sweet. Let's just reverse
Get him in here.
years of irreversible climate damage.
Yeah, let's get him in. Get him in. Get that genius in.
Look, they should have just got one of the, tutorial people in. They would have got
There's
that
probably
sort of quick
someone's
smart.
got a tutorial on how to fix climate change on YouTube, surely. Tutorial videos didn't make it into the playoff. Anyway, conversation for another time. Love this week.
Let's leave that.
Love
We'll get back to it.
this week. Anyone who's watched Stranger Things yet, season 4 or volume 1 of season 4, get on it. Sensational.
I didn't know people were still watching this show.
Yeah, this is in my eyes, the best season yet, and also one of the best seasons of TV I've watched ever. Up there with True Detective season 1, in my opinion. Like neck and neck. I don't want to say too much, but once I'd finished volume 1 of this season, it's like one of the first times where I've watched something, and then afterwards it's kind of like I've been thinking about it like a bit of an effect. Where I've been like, fuck, that was good. That was really best.
Shit.
But that was just me. Some people might think different, but I really enjoyed it.
Okay, you could definitely convince me to watch this because I've watched, I think, at least the first 2 seasons.
Mm.
So I could definitely get back into this.
Yeah.
Dude, my hay poo today is so bad. Okay. Anything else to add to that, or?
No. I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
I don't want to say too much.
Yeah,
I just want to say it's a great season. Go watch it. Not sponsored content.
Wait, not sponsored.
Funnily enough, Netflix isn't sponsoring us just yet.
Yeah. My beef this week's pretty simple. Adequate sleep.
It's important.
Look, I've been all over the shop for, I'd say, the last month
Mm-hmm.
because I don't think I'm a man who requires 9 hours, and I have only just sort of come to realize that now. Or I at least need 9 hours, like 3 or 4 times a week.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That extra hours, carryover hours.
Dude, I'm like going to bed at 10 and I'm still waking up to my alarm at 7. Like I'm not awake before that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm sleeping 9 hours.
Maybe you're growing.
I'm kicking.
You wish.
Yeah, nice.
Sorry.
Um,
It's a bit of a low blow.
nice.
Pun intended.
Let's go.
Yeah.
But much like the weekend in, it's so weird that adequate sleep makes you feel good. Like
Yeah.
I don't come home from work in like a puddle mess anymore.
Puddle brain.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Yeah,
still
it
like
helps,
all right
eh?
and can kick through the day because I've
Mm.
actually slept how I need to.
Adequately.
Mm.
To be fair, yeah, adequate sleep is excellent. You know, I've been having time off with exams, so I've been sleeping, getting my hours up with no work and whatnot. But, I can go like 6 hours is still good for me. If I get 6 hours, I still feel good the next day. But that's fine for
Oh,
me.
dude, if I get 7, I'm worried.
Even 5. If I get 5, it's not that big. Once I'm up, I'm ready to go. Like I'm up. Like I'm, that's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, I can do it, but I'm worried about like later in the day and the carryover into the back end of the week. You know,
So I don't. Yeah, it
it
doesn't
throws
really.
my week.
No, it doesn't throw me that hard. I don't, yeah,
Okay, maybe
work for
look,
me.
I don't know. It's just maybe I am growing.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Imagine if you were. Imagine if you grew like you're like a belated growth spurt. You
Well, I've
grew like
always-
5 inches.
Dude, if I got to imagine I got to 5'11" or like even 5'10".
Dude, 5'10" was always my goal height because I was hell small as a kid,
Yeah,
and I was like, if I can get 5'10", that'll be good. And I got there.
nice.
One
Good,
of the few goals I've actually achieved.
good for you, dude.
Yeah.
I think though, if I did get like to a height that you would consider either like average
Yeah.
or
Decent.
decent, getting almost like you'd be considered tall against certain other people,
Mhm.
in which I'm not at all.
Mm. You'd be.
I'd have to reinvent my entire character. I don't think I could get away with being as much of a scumbag if I was taller, you know?
That's true.
Because it's almost like I get away with it because I'm too small to, let's say I'm being a dribbler on the
Mhm.
beers to someone much larger than me.
Mm.
It's usually not malicious, but
No.
say it to the wrong person, you could find yourself in trouble.
Get a swat.
I think I'm unswattable
Yeah,
because it would literally be like killing a fly.
like a fruit fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even a real fly, like a fruit fly.
Yeah.
Like a smaller
Just
fly.
like, get out of here.
Which is usually what it's like.
Get out of here. You fucking dickhead.
I can't ever see that happening though.
No.
Shout
at the
out to
same
my 5-foot mum and 5'9" dad.
We salute you.
Love your work.
We salute you. Okay. Here we go. Nat Geo Barflies, new segment. We'll rip into this one quick so we can hit the back page.
Well, let's
Not
just do a
too
little
quick.
back page. Yeah, mate, take your
Not
time.
Not too quick.
Take your
We'll
time.
Still give you some facts. Eh? Hey, facts have to be delivered. Got 3 facts for you today. That's the terms and T&Cs of this segment. This week, it's on art. Got a bit classy today.
Mhm.
Yeah. First one. This is the first fact. The artwork, thought to be the oldest in the world, is a cave painting of a pig in, now I don't want to say it wrong, but I feel like I definitely will, Sulawesi, Indonesia, and it's assumed to be 45,000 years old.
Which is just like an unfathomable amount of time,
Like
given that Australia is 200 years old?
like the country, it's like with people, like you
Yeah.
mean like once it was
Yeah.
colonized.
Colonized, yeah.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
that's nuts.
Like our entire country is not even 1/45th as old as that painting.
Well, that's when like it's assumed on that timeline is similar to when like people like the estimated time of kind of Aboriginal culture starting.
Mm.
It's because that's assumed to be the oldest like living culture.
Yeah.
So that is kind of a similar. There's also really old cave paintings in. When I was doing research for this, there's also really old ones in Australia as well, but there's not estimated to be quite as old as this.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty big country, so there might be a couple that haven't been found yet. But yeah, definitely very interesting.
I wonder which of our friends were, the painters in our cave tribe.
True.
I'd probably dabble in it in my downtime, but I
Yeah.
got rabbits to catch,
That's true. You got to get technical.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. Next fact 2. I quite like this one. Famous painter Pablo Picasso in 1911 was a suspect and detained for the theft of the Mona Lisa. This is following on from our last one. It wasn't him. It was someone that actually worked there who tried to get it back to Italy because they believed it was...
I remember this.
Who believed it's like an Italian painting, so it belongs in Italy. However, today, and this also follows into the Mona Lisa attack, if you will. All right, guess how much? Actually, I'll let you guess. Guess how much the Mona Lisa is valued at today. Don't look at the notes.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even know it was there. I wouldn't even know how to guess that.
850 million.
Yeah, I would have said maybe like 2 billion.
Like,
yeah, 850
but
million.
that's like valued. But if it went to auction, probably would be more.
Oh, I could hit, what, 10 digits? A billion? 10 digits?
I think it would. Well, if it's valued at that, you'd think that they would start at that value. Well, it's considered to be priceless.
Yeah.
Because, think about like its cultural
significance.
But yeah, pretty crazy to think that painting painted all those years, like hundreds of years ago, is worth that much money now.
It's crazy, right?
And this is going to lead on to the next point. Painted by Leonardo da Vinci. Like this, imagine how much of a fucking baller this bloke would be now if he came back from the dead and just inherited all all his artworks ever and went, "That's mine. Where's mine? Where's my share for that?
Where's my mullah?
Where's my money?"
Yeah.
He would literally be He would be freakishly rich.
Yeah, well, it's like the the NFT of it's the OG NFT.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Its values almost just increase out of for the sake of value.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you know what I mean?
Pretty much.
Like that's not to say there's not a technically better artist that's existed since then, but just almost like the significance of it is why it's valued so high.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Good for the Leonardo though,
Yeah,
dude.
good for him, dude.
One of the greatest Ninja Turtles of all time.
Oh, absolutely.
Who was your favorite Ninja Turtle, by the way, just quickly?
The purple one.
Nice, same.
So, fact number 3, the highest known price paid for a painting at a public auction, because private auction, I can't access those records. My research only goes so far. Highest known price paid for a painting is $450 million in 2017, paid for by the Saudi government royalty. And the piece is called Salvator Mundi, which means Savior of the World. And it's a photo of Jesus Christ. Well, not a photo, painting of Jesus Christ making the sign of a cross and holding a glass orb. And that was painted around the year 1500 by Da Vinci.
I'll say this.
What?
450 million, fair bit of money.
Yeah.
But that sounds like a pretty sick painting.
It is. Look it up. Look. It actually is a sick painting. When I was looking at it, I was like, whoa.
I want to see this.
That's unreal. Do you want to look at it now? Really
Maybe I
quickly?
should get a replica and put it on the wall.
Yeah, we should.
I?
Downstairs.
No, I feel like we should put it on the set.
Yeah. Get the bloody Salvatore Mundi in the background.
Shit, yeah, dude. Let's do it.
That screams,
Yeah.
professionalism. Come on.
Well, that's what we do here.
Oh, it's very professional. Yeah. I thought, the painting is really good. Check it out if you have a chance. But they're your art facts, guys. I hope you found those interesting because I actually enjoyed looking that up.
I'm loving this segment.
So am I.
Yeah,
just quietly.
Keep it up.
Just thanks.
Man, you might get a little fucking
bit of a raise.
Little bonus.
I get it.
There are actually some really good notes in there. We should come back to those.
Yeah, I know.
At some point.
Yeah,
Not now.
Not now. Not now.
All right, let's bring it home here.
Come on, dude. Let's go. Back page. Got a couple of points. A couple of things have happened in sport this week. couple of things we can just quickly brush over. Australia's first winner of the Giro d'Italia cycling race, the second most important cyclist event after the Tour de France.
And also after, me and my roommates racing home on line bikes on Saturday night.
That's also true.
Obviously.
Tour de Erskine. Very important. Jai Hindley, though, the winner of that, deserves a shout out. Great achievement.
Shout out Jai. Look, I reckon Jai gets through his work.
Oh, he gets through his works. Probably has, his quads would probably be the size of your quads and my quads put together.
Like 4 quads into one.
Yeah. Like, that'd be huge.
Dude, Jai's night guy would be fucking unstoppable.
Oh, mate.
He sounds like a ripper and terror.
Unlimited tank.
He could go all night.
Oh, he could go. French Open quarterfinal. You got 2 goats, Djokovic versus Nadal. If anyone's just letting you know, that game's not taken place yet. Just more to let you know that it's going to happen.
Will it have by the time this goes out?
Probably, but just in case it hasn't, by some way, we said it first.
We own that game.
Boston win Game 7 against the Heat. For all our NBA lovers out there, that was pretty crazy. The Boston were 11th at Christmas, so they're outside playoff contention, and now they're in the final against Golden State, beating the Nets, beating the Bucks, beating the Heat, like 3 of the best teams in the East and in the competition, which is pretty crazy considering where they were.
Could you compare it to someone for me? Could you compare?
It's like the Tigers making the grand final right now.
That's how bad they were?
That's kind of the situation they're in.
Okay.
Or,
would it be more like the Dragons?
Yeah. Actually, that's probably fairer.
Tigers are like third last of them.
Yeah. Okay. It'd be like the Dragons making grand final, right? That's pretty much what it is.
Sick. Good for them, dude.
Yeah. And then the Champions League final took place. Real Madrid taking out Liverpool in the final. 1-0. Last couple of finals haven't been that high scoring, have they?
No.
They've all been kind of like that. Even the Europa League finals have all been pretty low scoring. Sorry. I'm pretty glad Liverpool didn't win.
I know. There's something distasteful about Liverpool. I don't know if it's...
Just carry on.
Carry on. I think it's just the fans. I think because everyone goes to them, it's fucking annoying.
They just carry on.
Dude, holy shit. Courtois.
Yeah, wow, what a game.
Firstly...
Man of the match.
The save on Salah, like the ball over the top, Salah's touch on his right foot. To even create a goal out of that, like Real Madrid's back 4 is set and he receives an over-the-top through ball and somehow creates a chance.
Yeah.
And then Courtois pulls off an insane save. And then the save on Mane's shot on the near post as well is
just crazy. The goal was pretty good. The through ball to Vinicius Jr. was pretty sick.
Look, if you're Trent, you're not sleeping for a while.
No.
That is shocking defending.
Yeah. Still a good ball, though.
Take nothing away from the ball.
Yeah. But he'll be thinking about it. They scrapped to get there. They scrapped to win. They got the DNA of champions in them, Real Madrid. Liverpool, good team. They play a good style of football. But 11-time champions, and in that team, there was, at the time, a couple of players who have already won the competition 4 times.
Bale's won it 5 times with Madrid.
It's hard to...
Winners win.
Winners win. That's the best way to put it. On the footy.
Well, we've got maybe 6 minutes here.
We'll skip. We'll go quick.
Should we... Look, we're going to do an Origin special next week. But I don't think I can hold it in for a week.
Okay, just say it.
We've got to talk about New South Wales team selection.
Okay.
Because me and Xander have... This is one thing we fucking agreed on. This is the team, for what it could be, looks shit.
I just don't...
I'm baffled. I'm puzzled. I'm astounded.
Yeah.
I'm gobsmacked.
Yeah.
I'm lost for words. I'm confused. I'm frustrated. I'm angry.
Yeah. The explanations given, I just don't think are good enough. They don't sit well with me. Okay.
How has Adokar not been picked?
I mean, when's the bloke done anything wrong? When's he made... pick and stick. That's how you build a dynasty or a dynasty. That's what Queensland did when they won, 10 and 11 years or
So
something.
they do every year.
Like, pick and stick, it doesn't matter. You know, like you got to, like, it just makes no sense.
One thing that frustrates me about New South Wales, and it always has, is like exactly what you're saying. They don't pick and stick. They've never done it.
Ever since we've watched, they've never done it.
And Queensland always do it. And Queensland get Origin. They just get it. They do. Can't take that away from them. Queensland's team is looking so hot, and I'm so worried.
And like, this is the thing. Last year, we literally won the most like comprehensive Origin series ever. You could argue one of, and we're only missing a few players, and it feels like we're still the winners. Like, we still won. We're the team to beat. People who were in that team last year have earned the right to stay in that team. You know, they shouldn't have been taken out of said team, because some of them last year weren't even playing that well for their clubs. Like, think about Jake and Angus Crichton. The Roosters and Manly weren't playing that well at the start of last year. Still got picked. You know.
I know, and we got rewarded for it last year. And I just, I don't know. I've kind of like two issues here. It's like, firstly, players like Angus Crichton and Jake Trbojevic and Josh Adokar, it's like, regardless of club form,
bleed for the jersey.
When they put that jersey on, they will show up and they will play.
And have shown up.
And have for years. 4 years. Josh Adokar and Jake Trbojevic.
Josh Adokar's the top two,
He's the
3
premier winger.
Of the competition.
Premier winger
of the
in
competition.
the NRL, and has been for like 7-8 years, until To'o sort of come on the scene recently.
And doesn't get picked.
So there's that part of it where it's like, just what, I don't know. But there's also the part for me that kind of confuses me with the way Freddie goes about things, and I'm not the biggest fan of it, is like, and I thought about this at work today. I wanted to ask you what you think about it, because Freddie to me seems to treat Origin like it's a club game, where it's not. So, for example, Queensland pick sort of they pick not only, you know, the players that have done it every year and the best players in their position, regardless of club form, but they will pick the assets outside of that that will help them win each game.
Yeah.
And I was thinking back to last year when New South Wales picked Mitchell Moses at 7, as part of like looking towards the future, you know, to like prepare him for the future. Yeah. It's like, why is he? You don't need to blood people for Origin, I don't think, in my opinion. It's like, dude, Queensland have just thrown Selwyn Cobbo in there because he's a footballer, and like he will, like, you know what I mean? I'm not a big fan of the way that like they blooded Mitchell Moses last year for the future, and the way they've got like Jacob Saifidi and
that
in there.
Yeah, that Jacob Saifidi, because like I feel like you can't just be. It feels like it's like not earned, that position.
No, I agree 100%.
But Moses, to be fair, I disagree with the most. I didn't mind him being in there, and I thought, you know, the whole teams of new combinations, he actually had a pretty good game. What it was.
No, I know. I just think that they should have picked the team to win that game, and the team to win that game would have been Reynolds and Cody Walker, because they were the form halves.
But at the same time, Cody Walker. Anyway, I won't get into that.
It's a different argument, but you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I just hate the way that, like, it just, like, picking Tupou as well, when the bloke is, so many times I feel like you see it, where he just makes those errors in the big games.
Yeah, and it's not, for me, it's not so much Tupou. Hey, like, Tupou's definitely in, like, the top 4.
He's a great player.
Top 4 or 5 wingers in the comp.
But he's not Adokar.
And he's not done anything, like, that outstanding this year.
No. I don't think he's been that great.
I'm pretty sure Adokar has scored more, or I think they've scored the same amount of tries this year. Adokar playing for the Bulldogs. And in Origin, I saw today, Adokar scored 10 tries in 12 games, and Tupou scored 2 in 7.
Yeah.
And I kind of get the argument that, like, it's to combat the aerial ability of Xavier Coates, but that's not a strong enough argument for me.
Yeah.
It's not strong enough to drop Adokar.
Who did it last year as well?
Who's done it every year.
Who did it last year when they won?
So, and I don't ever remember being like, fuck, I wish we picked someone taller on the wing instead of Josh Adokar because he just got pounded by bombs all over. Like, have we ever said that?
No. Yeah, I don't get it.
Look, I hope I eat my words.
I think Crichton
He's like Crichton's like my favourite back. He's like my favourite, one of my favourite players, and that's weird because I hate the Roosters, but I do really like Angus Crichton.
But Stephen Crichton as well at 14 just blows my mind too. Anyway, let's not get into it too much because we only have a limited time remaining. We've got to save it for an Origin special
coming next week.
However, footy over the weekend, we were almost right about those the mud teams getting up. So right, but
we had Fafita any time, and the Titans were home.
But they just choked, didn't they? They just choked so hard. The worst short kickoff, probably the stupidest thing I've ever seen on a football pitch. That short kickoff.
Who kicked it, Toby?
I don't know, but they scored. Yeah. Anyway, terrible call. If you watch the game, watch it back. They were 14 ahead. Didn't have to happen. Tigers have got only weeks after Madge's head going off the chopping block, it's back on it.
Straight back on.
And pretty much purely thanks to NRL 360, it's back on there.
Oh my god! Leave the guy alone.
The four horsemen of the NRL apocalypse.
Yeah.
On that panel, just
nice.
Just the worst. Just dribbling, and now Madge is apparently back almost being fired again.
I can't believe that yarn's going around. I really don't see the Tigers firing him after that game, do you?
No. It's not his fault. Like, they were winning.
Yeah. They were up 18-16 with 30 to go.
At that point, it's like, okay, that's on the players. Like, what does the coach have to do with that? Nothing. Nothing. Same with, although Justin Holbrook, look, is what it is. Own opinions. But that's not his fault they lost that game. That's the players managing the game out there.
Yeah. And
that probably comes to them being such a young team.
100%. But that comes down to someone letting Jamal Fogarty go. So I don't know who did that.
And
one of the great bed shits of all time, letting Fogarty go and signing Foran.
That's, look, riddle me that. That's all I'll say. But I tell you what, the mighty Red V got up, and I was happy about it. We almost
Against
choked.
The Dogs, yeah.
We almost did it. We almost got so close to choking that game, but we didn't.
And Ben Hunt, top of the Dally M.
Let's go, dude.
Gun.
Let's go. Camera dead. What do you want for music?
Music this week, So Real by Jeff Buckley.
Boom. Done.
Track.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Hope you enjoyed the bracket. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Get on there. Have a vote tomorrow.
I think
today.
The episode will be up on this. Will go up on Wednesday.
So you'll be listening to it.
You'll be listening to it on Wednesday night, Arvo, Thursday morning, Thursday Arvo. And then I think Thursday night I will put up...
Post away.
I'll put up the poll.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to this. This has been a great app. I had a great time.
Yeah, I had a great time.
One of our best ideas so far.
I think so.
So, pat on the back to us.
Yeah, well done. This is Alexander.
I'm Cody.
And we'll see you guys later.
Have a good week.